Hello and welcome back to another Rivals of Ixalan draft. Just looking at our first pack here, and there's a few things that kind of jump out. Profane Procession look like it may be actually a pretty good option for us. A little bit of mana fixing after it transforms, plus it's a way to exile multiple creatures. I've not really seen this card yet, so it might be kind of interesting to play with. Mausoleum Harpy, a 4 colors in black for a 3/3 flyer that can ascend to get +1/+1 counters whenever a creature that you control dies. So a little bit of upside if you have creatures, if you're having a trade or whatever in the late game. Outside of that, Exultant Sky Marcher is an okay card. Crashing Tide is an okay card, especially if you have Merfolk. Unfortunately, Merfolks aren't really that strong in this format. I think we're going to go with the Profane Procession. Let's see what happens. Plus, white and black is a pretty good combination overall, just because they got a lot of good removal, and if you do happen to get some vampires going and whatnot. So we're going to take the Profane Procession. Let's see. Okay, so Moment of Craving, excellent removal card. It's black. We're really trying not to pay too much attention to the first 4 or 5 cards that we draft over here. Just trying to take some of the best cards in the packs as we get them. But Moment of Craving could be one of the best cards in this pack. Reckless Rage deals 4 damage to target creature you don't control and 2 damage to target creature you control. Could be good if you get a lot of creatures with Enrage on it. Forerunner of the Heralds. When Forerunner of the Heralds enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a Merfolk card, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. Whenever a Merfolk enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Forerunner of the Heralds. Definitely be good if we got a lot of Merfolks, but again, like I said a few minutes ago, Merfolks aren't really that strong. Colossal Dreadmaw's a pretty good 6/6 for 6 mana. But that's a very common card that we'll probably see quite a bit of. I think Moment of Craving is kind of where we are. Plus, it is in our color over here, so that gives a little bit more credence to it. Let's see what we got here. Oathsworn Vampire. 2 mana for a 2/2. Oathsworn Vampire enters the battlefield tapped. You may cast Oathsworn Vampire from your graveyard if you gain life this turn. If we had a bunch of lifelink, which black and white does have some lifelink creatures, it's not horrible, but probably not the best. Plus, it enters battlefield tapped, so it wouldn't be a blocker the first time around. So there's a lot of vampires kind of floating around. Dusk Charger, a 4 mana for a 3/3 that can ascend to be a 5/5. Hunt Week is a really good card. So let's see what we got. I think let's go with this. I mean, we're kind of in white and black. We're trying not to pay a whole lot of attention, but this is a pretty good card in and of itself if you get some more vampires, and we're seeing quite a few vampires. Hopefully that trend will continue for us. Legion Conquistador, if we can get several of these, 2 more of them, that will end up being a really good card. So it looks like we're going to be white-black, so let's get with the Legion Conquistador. I haven't had a chance to play this one yet. So if we can get a couple of them... I mean, Dusk Charger is also a good card, but that is a common. Voracious Vampire, 2/2, when Voracious Vampire enters the battlefield, target vampire you control gets +1/+1 and gains menace until end of turn. I'm going to go with the Legion Conquistador just because we already have one, so if we can get one more, that'll be fishing up quite a few of them. Let's see. Not a whole lot. Destroy target. I mean, we're not playing for the sideboard. That would be a good sideboard card, but we're not playing the sideboard. We're just playing best of ones. I think Raptor Companion isn't best. It's a 2-drop. It's a 3/1, so it'll be able to hopefully trade pretty well. Sailor Means. If I was going more blue, Sailor Means would be good. It would allow me to splash some other colors. I think Raptor Companion probably the best, but out of this lot. But we may end up not even playing that. Wow, there's absolutely nothing for us in this deck or this pack. We'll take this just for. I'll have it for constructed decks. 2/5 flying. I definitely like the 5 toughness. Grasping Ixalan gets +1/+0 as long as you're attacking. Human pirate. I mean, we're not really going into pirates or dinosaurs. I think I'm going to take the Metatron. Let's take a little bit of evasion. Oh well, we get to choose between both of those again. So let's just split the difference. Maybe take the 1-drop now. Again, there's absolutely nothing for us in this pack. Really nothing for us in this pack. Let's see. I guess we'll take the Canal Monitor, but hopefully it probably won't even make the deck. I mean, if we need to splash another color, I mean, green may be an option for us, so. Ooh! I'm guessing red's going to be an option for us. We're definitely going to slam this. I mean, other options in this pack, Muslim Harpy still is a good card. Dusk Legion Zealot's pretty good. It's a vampire, which kind of fits some of the theme that we had going. Unfortunately,
you're just fuel for the fires of freedom.
So we're going to be at minimum splashing red, so that's fine. Evolving Wilds, let's see. That's not a bad option. Hopefully we may will it, but I highly doubt it. Dinosaur Hunter I think is a pretty good option. You see dinosaurs a lot, and you know, it's going to just destroy a dinosaur. Let's see how we're doing. I think the other option is the 4-drop that's a 3/1 flyer, but 1 toughness isn't that great, but any type of evasion works out really well. We only got 1 4-drop. Really only have 1 2-drop as well. I want to go with the evasion. Dinosaur Hunter is something you see quite a bit, so hopefully may see another one of those later on. Battling Ends enters the battlefield. Exile target creature and opponent controls with convert mana cost of 3 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, target opponent gets a 3/3. So that's kind of subpar removal. I think let's go with the evasion. Okay, a little bit of mana fixing's never bad. What else we got? Divine Verdict. Definitely not the best removal because you have to leave 4 up, especially if you're waiting for Vilm to attack. I'm not too worried about mana fixing right now, just because we're more than likely only going to be splashing for 1 red card. So we're going to be mostly in white and black anyways. If that wills, that would be awesome. If it doesn't, it's probably not a big deal. The Squire's Devotion is, let's see, track creature gets +1/+1, has lifelink. When Squire's Devotion enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. I think we're still going to go for removal. Just kind of following your bread algorithm. Target creature gets +2/+2 on the turn, you gain 2 life. That's not a bad combat trick. I do think I'm going to go with the 2-drop though, because we don't have a lot of 2-drops. So, Grasping Scoundrel, I've already got one of those. I'm not going to prioritize 1-drops a whole lot, just because I don't think 1-drops are doing that well. This is a kind of a slow format. We could consider taking this, but I think Divine Verdict may be a little bit more removal would be a bad idea. So now we come back, okay. Sanguine Glorifier, again, I think we've already got one of those. We want to just take another one of those and try to maybe prioritize vampires going forward a little bit more. Okay, so we can get our combat trick now. There's really not a lot of other good options. Okay, a little bit of mana fixing might be a good option here. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a treasure artifact token with a tap to sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. I do think mana fixing that'll work out really well with our Planeswalker. Just kind of looking here. We got a 5-drop, which we've got a couple 5-drops. This one's probably not going to make the cut though. Let's go with another 5-drop. Just kind of put us out. Okay. Well, another Divine Verdict. There's really not a lot of good option for us anyways. Nothing for us to take here, so we'll just get rid of that. We'll just take that just in case we end up splashing a little bit more red. We'll take that, it may or may not make the cut. Sunbird's Invocation. Enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library. Where X is that spell's converted mana cost. You may cast a card revealed this way with converted mana cost X or less without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Wow. Okay. Okay. I think that we're going to be splashing, or definitely splashing red for sure in this one. Costly Plunder's not a bad card, especially when you're trading and you got a creature that's just chump blocking. It's going to die anyways. Sky Turret puts us a little bit more into red, more than I would want to. Shining Arsar is a pretty good card. Legion's Judgment is okay. Contract Killer is a good card, but I think we got plenty of removal. Let's go with Sunbird's Invocation. So what do we got here? Inspiring Cleric. When Inspiring Cleric enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. That's not a bad card. Anointed Deacon. It is a vampire. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, you may have target vampire get +2/+0. Wow, until end of turn. Then we have a 2/2 lifelink, which isn't a bad card as well. Let's see what our curve looks, and let's see what we need more. We got. Our curve is looking pretty good, but I definitely don't want to kind of add too much more on the back end right now. That'll be a 5-drop. How many vampires do we have? Do we have enough vampires where it's going to matter? Let's start over here. Let's see. Pirate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vampires. That may come into play. You may have a target vampire. Plus, he can give himself. Let's take this just because it's probably definitely the best card in the group. So we got a few options here. Sword Point Diplomacy. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. For each of those cards, put that card into your hand unless any opponent pays 3 life. Then exile the rest. Contract Killing. Destroy target creature. And the good thing about this, it does give us some treasure tokens, which we can use for mana fixing if needed. So I think this might be a good option right now. So we got a few options here. Imperial Orosaur. Again, it's got flying, but it's a 4/4, or it's a 4-drop. When Imperial Orosaur enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains flying. So that's not bad. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely a fan of this. It's a 4-drop that gives you, that's a 3/2 that also gives you a 1/1 with lifelink. I think that's probably the way to go. Though we may need some combat tricks or some way to kind of bump up our creatures, because we're starting to get a little bit creature heavy, I think. Create 3 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, kind of adding to the overall vampire thing. Vanquish the weak is okay. Skittering Heartstopper. It's actually not a bad 1-drop just because you can give it Death Touch, so it can hopefully trade with trade up. Fortunately, I think we got a lot of 4-drops, if I remember correctly. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go with Call of the Feast is probably better, but I think the Skittering Heartstopper works better for the deck right now, or fits better for Mana Curve. Again, I think probably taking the 1-drop is going to fit better for us right now. I'd rather have some 2-drops. That would be my preferred choice, but gotta take what it gives you, I guess. We'll take the 3/4 flyer for now. There's really not a whole lot for us in that. Let's try creature power of 4 or greater. We'll take Costly Plunders, a little bit of a kind of an offshoot combat trick. Okay, there's a 2-drop for us. It's not bad. 2-drop with lifelink. Let's take another Costly Plunder. I probably won't play both of them. I'm gonna play. Okay, I think we got the makings of a decent little deck here. So we need to cut 6 cards. I think we got some of our 1-drops. The Encampment Keeper will hopefully trade up a little bit, because there's a lot of 2-drops that have one toughness, especially again looking at the Raptor Companion, one of those which we're going to cut. So hopefully the Encampment Keeper will trade up for us. So I think we need to cut some higher 5-drops, I think. This one's okay. I'm going to cut one of those. I don't like that 1 toughness. And I actually have quite a few flying creatures. I like this, especially since we got a lot of vampires that we can toss a token on. So that's good. We're going to cut one of these just because I'm not going to have any other dinosaurs, so I'm not going to get the vigilance from it. So it's a little bit, takes a little bit of drop in value for us. Definitely going to leave one of them though. Just give me a 5 toughness flyer. Blocks a lot of other flyers, like the 3/2 hexproof that blue gets. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I wonder if I should really just cut both Legion Conquistadors. I think that's probably the best, just because I got 2 of them. If I'd got 1 more, I think the value would have been there. But I think we can toss something else in that spot that's going to work better. Maybe. Maybe we won't. Let's see what we got in the white and black. Oh, man, I could use some 3-drops bad. Well, just because I have no 3-drops, and that's all my 3-drops, we'll just put that there, and we'll see if we can cut something else. that. Let's go down here. Look, mana looks okay. All right, I think we have us the deck. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can play a game right quick and see what we got. I'm definitely liking the Rivals of Ixalan format. It's pretty slow, which is my preference. Well, wouldn't you know? So I definitely like that. Being able to take my time. So I like slower formats. Looks like we might be playing a little bit of a mirror match. Pass. We'll get one of our conquistadors out, which will be able to block that for us next turn, so not a big deal. And the turn after that, we'll be able to drop this and make those at 3/3 if needed. So I think that'll work out for us. It does kind of suck that we got both of those in their opening hand, but what can you do? That. Okay. Well, we're definitely not going to block that for right now. Next time we'll have us block that, so. So now we're starting to cook. Then after this turn, we'll be able to get our flyer up, or see, he's kind of slowing down now. So we got a few different places. I mean, we can drop our first strike, as well as our Legion Conquistador, and still leave up enough mana to drop the Moment of Triumph if he attacks. We can first strike any of his creatures and kill those. But I think probably the best thing to do is drop our flyer. That way if we're still in kind of a standstill, we'll be able to just kind of fly in and whack him for what. So I think it's probably the best option for us to do right now. I'm not going to attack. I'm fine with the standstill for the time being, just because I have flying and he doesn't. And flying, that's okay. So, do I think I want to swing in. If he blocks one of mine, I'll just kill that with Divine Verdict. If he has a combat trick, I've got one that should match him. So let's just swing in and see what we got here. So, let's see. So even if he does bring it in, I've still got the ability to block his 3/3. So I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I would love to see him swing in on. Okay, there we go. Well, didn't work out the way I planned, but we did get rid of the Moment of Craving, so that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I still think that my plan is to swing, and if he swings with this one, I will just Divine Verdict. Maybe I should have left it open and did Divine Verdict last time, I'm not sure. I think we're still in pretty good shape. And the good thing is, the way he did that last time, I don't think he got the life back this one. Kill this. Take one, you'll get one. Again, I'm fine with that one. In good shape. He's got a flying creature. Okay. Alright, now we're going to start exiling his cards. We're going to say no attack right now. We'll just, with plans of exiling his, I guess he said, he saw that and he said he had enough of it. Awesome. So, I'm going to have to probably continue this draft on the next video, which I'll probably be putting up at about the same time, so we will continue it later. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Whenever I get to 20 subscribers, I want to give away a $25 Steam gift card. So go ahead and start subscribing to the channel, and we'll keep getting some good content out for y'all. If you have any questions, comments, also feel free to post that down below. Have a good day.